there's a certain team that every year has like a really high rated offensive line. They're predicted to kind of win it all, at this point in the year in
Here
August.
we go.
Um, Man, we're
Here
talking
we
about
go.
the team, you know, the Dallas Cowboys. They just are, perennial like favorites, in August, of course. We all hear this. They're predicted to win the Super, or at least they're a top 10 team. And then they always talk about their offensive line. They've got these great pieces. They have great individual pieces. I think as a unit is where they're lacking. And that's where you see some of the discrepancies where you're like, oh, I thought they were so good. I thought they had this and that. I mean, I thought they were going to the Super Bowl. So when we talk about the Cowboys, uh, we really have to think about how people think they're going to win at this point in the year based off of all these offseason moves. And they've made draft moves, offseason moves that, contribute, in my opinion, to winning. But I just think that America's team, as they call it, is not a top 10 team when they say they're going to win the Super Bowl. I don't think they're there. I think talent wise, they have the pieces, but I don't think that they are just kind of there overall from a quarterback standpoint a little bit. Just Dak has amazing stats, he has amazing win record, but I don't think he has shown in the playoffs. He hasn't put together that really great game in the playoffs. I think the greatest game I've seen him play in the playoffs was probably the Green Bay game in his rookie year. That was one of my favorite games. Obviously, we lost that one, but I mean, it was just off an unreal pass and throw by Aaron Rodgers, the guy that we love to hate, and a field goal, at the end. If not for that, I think, Dallas, I mean, they played really good. Dak played amazing. Yeah, but I mean, the Cowboys overall, it's always something. It's always, oh, Zeke suspended. Oh, now Zeke's not on the team. One of our offensive line men went down, and that caused us, communication issues. Dak got hurt. He started, playing terrible in the second half of the season. There's a contract dispute. There's always something, like why can't it ever just be the Cowboys are not that team this year? We just don't have everything we need. Obviously, I like the Cowboys, but it's just we got to stop ranking these guys top 10 before the season even starts. That's all I'm saying. I mean, where are you guys with this? They are rated as America's team year in, year out. Boston was saying before the podcast that, you know, Fox, if they could just play all the Cowboys games and just, get them all, they would be so happy. But obviously that's not the case. I mean, where are you guys with this one? America's team is they're called America's team, but they haven't necessarily put together that full season in quite a while. Postseason, regular and postseason.
Yeah,
I'll let either Hefe or Tommy G take this one first.
it's been very
So
disappointing to watch it every year, to watch this team just put us on an emotional roller coaster. I mean, that's literally what it's like having a girlfriend. Honestly, it's the biggest emotional roller coaster throughout 17 weeks now. I
Yeah,
mean,
you're gonna remain
it's
single for a while.
Don't let the women hear that. We might have to edit that one, Hefe. We might have to take that one out.
I'm gonna have to
no, I'm
bleep
fine.
that.
just
We can let every we
on the
I
can
just
let
record,
want
every
I
I
love
just
my
woman
don't
know.
want them
girlfriend.
to
I'm
become
putting
match. I'm looking out.
Yeah,
I don't.
I just wanna I just wanna go on the record and say that I do love my girlfriend. Her affiliation to certain teams I don't love so much, but I do love my girlfriend. She is not an
Think
emotional.
twice if
hold
you're
on,
okay.
hold on.
Think twice if you're okay.
You can love your girl all you want, but the relationship, whether you like it or not, will always be an emotional roller coaster. I'm sorry to tell
Nope,
you.
nope. Everything is smooth sailing over here, brother.
That's fine. But there's arguments in every relationship. There's disagreements in every
Tommy
relationship.
G is very smart, man.
For
I like.
the
Hey man,
significant others, if they're listening to this, of Boss Man Gad and Tommy G, we love you guys significantly. You
Love
guys
them
can
yeah,
do nothing
there's
wrong.
so much, and
no emotional roller coaster. It's like riding through a
You are
peaceful
great.
valley.
we
Yeah,
are the emotional
absolutely.
roller coasters. You guys are sensational.
Hey, exactly. I'm the one putting you on the little the chain. You know what I mean? While if I'm with you,
It's our fault.
I
it's
did
like
it.
sitting next to the beach. The waves slightly crashing. It's like listening to ASMR. Very
All right.
relaxing. But go
I'm the
Anyway,
one
ahead,
who
man.
started talking
Yeah.
about
back to
ASMR.
America.
TP sound like he got a lot of covering up to do right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and transition back to the Dallas Cowboys real quick.
Please.
I we getting at least 11 wins this year. That's my prediction. I got CD going for over 1,000 yards. I got Pollard rushing for over 1,000 yards. I think we'll win the division this year. Like we haven't had back-to-back division winners. I think we're a better team than the well, I mean, maybe not a complete better team than the Eagles, but I think we have enough to beat the Eagles, and I think we can win the division this year. So that's my take. I'm sticking to it.
I would say that I feel the Cowboys have a good chance to get over the hump. I'm hoping so. Cautiously optimistic, as we've said.
Wait,
You
which
know,
hump? What is the hump? Is the hump a couple?
I think that the Cowboys have a good chance, and my reasoning for this is our
We've won. We've
defense.
won 12 games the past couple seasons. I think any
Yeah,
organization would love that,
for
but
sure. It's
playoffs.
that's fine.
I
But
think the
again,
hump is
we're
getting into the divisional round and the
no,
champion.
no,
I
no,
mean,
no, no.
getting out of the
We've
divisional rounds
yes, exactly. Getting out of the divisional
and getting
round
to
and
the
not.
Super Bowl.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. I think that we can't talk about the Super Bowl if we can't get past the divisional round, which is something we haven't done since the 90s. So I think Dan Quinn has this defense raring to go. You know, we've seen the clips, we've heard about Trayvon Diggs cussing at Dak, guys hitting Dak, Michael Parsons letting him know. And I saw boss man roll his eyes, and I know everybody's going to sensationalize it, but that tells me not that we don't believe in Dak, but what it does tell me is that this defense is ready to go. We finally have the secondary shored up. I know Stephon Gilmore has had some injuries in the past that's plagued him, you know, gets concussed, quad tear, things of that nature. But former defensive player of the year 2019 alongside Trayvon Diggs, you know, some of these young guys, they're raring to get their hands on the ball as well. Deron Bland, you know, solid player, you know, came into the league, you know, getting interceptions as well, similar to Trayvon Diggs. I think Dan Quinn's going to put these guys in the right positions to make plays on this defense, as well as our front seven. You know, sorry, Boss Man knows. I was about to say Trev for a second. I was like, you know, he's. I don't know if I've watched the game with Trev yet, but you know, again, I love the big ugly, so you know, I love our defensive line. Mozzie Smith is going to plug up that hole in the middle that we've been missing for a very long time. Me and Boss Man have talked off the air multiple times about the Cowboys finally drafting a defensive tackle, something they haven't done in a very long time. Obviously, Michael Parsons is going to get very busy. DeMarcus Lawrence, hopefully, you know, I know a lot of offensive linemen double team him, and you know, a lot of offensive game plans go with double teaming him, but now they have to worry about Michael Parsons as well. That defensive line is raring to go. So I'm very excited with our defense and where we're going. So I think that, you know, we get to the playoffs, we're definitely going to definitely going to get in the playoffs, double digit wins. You know, I fear that we can get over the hump and at least get to the championship game if the offense plays well.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the majority of that. I don't know if I can use as much colorful language as I use on a day-to-day basis on this podcast. I know I let a couple slip, but I guess if I could say it one more time, I'd stab a motherfucker in the neck for Dak Prescott with a butter knife. You know, I'm big Dak Prescott army, you know, probably slight homerism, but this team goes as he goes. And when he goes out, I think this team loses its heart. So you know, he has his faults, but you know, I think he's the guy who can lead us to the postseason. So for a successful season, yeah, I would like them to go past the divisional round, but I don't think we can shortcome. He put Brady in the grave. I think we can all think that the legacy of Brady's finally over. You know, he led that team 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns. So yeah, I cautiously optimistic is the phrase of this offseason. So I think that I like their odds, and I like the acquisitions they made. I like the coaching and the coaching upgrades on the offensive line. I think they're going to try and switch to a more zone scheme instead of man. So I'm excited. I mean, I got to be careful with what I say, but I am excited.
Yeah, I agree with all you guys. I mean, I think our all-season additions have been so awesome. I mean, Brandon Cooks, that has been like not as talked about, acquisition, but I mean, this dude was still, 1,000-yard receiver. It's just I think his biggest thing was I think he'd been dealing with concussions, things like that. But I mean, I think that's awesome. I think it just kind of helps Michael Gallup, who should be really healthy at this point from that ACL tear. It helps CeeDee Lamb. So I think we're in
Look
a
out! Hey, look out for Tolbert.
the
Hey, look out for Tolbert.
second year. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to bring those couple things up just because it's not talked about. It happened earlier in the offseason. But yeah, I think Dallas, like I said, the theme is cautiously optimistic, as it always is with this group, but we'll see what happens. We will see how things go. I definitely like 10 wins at least. So yeah.
Cautiously optimistic is the theme.
Yeah, that's going to be the title of this week, right?
Cautiously optimistic. That's right.
But
All right.
but yeah,
Go ahead, boss man. If you got
I'm gonna
something.
say one
no,
of
I
you
mean,
guys is gonna say something.
the clip's loaded. Tommy G, you can go first.
No, I wasn't even gonna say anything. I was just looking at the schedule right now. I mean, we should beat the Giants. Aaron Rodgers with the Jets. The Jets team they're young, they're
Not bad.
exciting.
Aaron
Good
Rodgers is
defense.
just like that's his thing. It don't matter what jersey he has on. I think he's just
I know, and
he
they're
kind of got Dallas's number to be.
I think trying to be as a fan, not a fan of the Cowboys or the Jets. I think that was the New York team they should have opened up with.
For sure.
the Jets.
I think that would have been better production.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But they're coming to Dallas. That's Aaron Rodgers loves playing in Dallas. I don't know what it is. So I'm just looking at it right. Oh, we got the 49ers too. Here we go. Here we go.
Yep.
Because
All right,
San
everyone.
Francisco has big brothered us one too many times, and I'm tired of it.
We're tired of that. We're sick of that.